Virgo. This is Stella from Love Evolution, and this is going to be a reading for August 2018. If you are returning, welcome back. Thank you for stopping in. And if you are brand new, welcome. Happy to have you here. These readings are part of my divine expression, okay? How I express and channel the divine energy. And my intention is always to, help you guys as much as I can, okay? So all of my readings are created with the intention to provide you with the insight, clarity, and messages you need during this time period so that you can make the choices that are most aligned with your highest good, okay? That is going to be different for everyone. So my encouragement to you would be to use your intuition and take the messages that apply and, apply them to the specific areas of life that you feel called to, okay? It's going to be different for everyone. And in that way, it's a collaboration between us, and I'm just truly honored to be able to share my gift. I'm thankful for each one of you. So, August 2018, Virgo. When I was meditating on your sign, I always clear my energy and just kind of tap into that astrological sign. And this could be for your sun, moon, rising, really anywhere you have it in your chart. It's for the energy of Virgo. Obviously, if your sun or moon, it's going to be more strongly represented in your energy, right? But I got the images. So anyways, I always clear my energy and make myself a blank slate so that I can channel clearly for you guys. And right away, sometimes it takes a long time, sometimes it comes quickly, but I got the image of like fireworks, okay? Fireworks going off. And you guys are the, Virgo rules the 6th house, okay? Of, your daily habits, your health, your everyday, those details, those everyday, daily details that we, routines, things we do every day. And the fireworks immediately reminded me of Uranus, okay? The energy of Uranus, that revolutionary, coming in like a lightning strike energy, okay? So the way this ties in for you guys is, insights, quick insights, okay? First of all, we're in the middle of a huge, powerful retrograde season right now. Actually, the majority of the planets are in retrograde, and Mercury just went into retrograde as well. So, communication, all of that. But the purpose of these retrograde periods, okay, is to slow everything down and allow us to reflect, okay, on the areas in our life that that no longer serve us, okay? What can be let go of, all right? And you combine that with the recent full moon eclipse that we just had. The moon is emotions, right? So the emotions eclipsing the sun, the self, all right? So emotions, feeling emotions so strongly that for a time, they're all you can see, right? They're all that's apparent, okay? So strong emotions combined with these karmic patterns that are coming up. So, thought patterns, beliefs, behaviors from our past, kind of cycling through again in our lives. And then the strong emotions we have, in reaction to it showing up in our lives. And this entire process allows us to, see them clearly, right? Because if these things, if these patterns exist in our subconscious, which is typically, the darkness, right? If the conscious mind is light, then the subconscious is darkness, okay? And these things typically live there, right? So when they are brought up by these retrogrades, bringing things back around, and also this eclipse energy, okay, they show up in our lives in undeniable ways. And then the emotion, that we feel when we experience it is undeniable, okay? So for you guys, what this means is in your everyday patterns, your everyday lives, okay, there's going to be certain realizations that you have, and I think they're going to come in very quickly, like a lightning strike. Just patterns you have, habits, behaviors, okay? Kind of like these, especially when Mercury goes direct, kind of at the middle of this month, I think that's when all these realizations are going to start to hit, okay? Mercury is quick, very communicative, okay? So really in your behaviors, all right? So just watch and be open for those kind of aha moments that strike. You could be, washing your dishes, doing something very mundane, and all of a sudden, a realization dawns on you that, a pattern you have in your relationship, or some internal thoughts that you hold about yourself, are not serving you, right? And it becomes very clear why, where they are in your life and why they don't serve you. Okay? I hope that makes sense. Mercury is in retrograde right now. It's important to incorporate that energy into these readings, but I'm a Gemini rising. So Gemini is ruled by Mercury, right? You guys are very strongly influenced by Mercury as well. And, putting these videos out, these messages, right, is a very rising sign thing, right? Your rising sign is what other people see when they look at you. And it's also a very mercurial thing, sharing a message, communication through technology, through the air element. So these videos are a very rising sign and Mercury thing for me to be doing. And with Mercury in retrograde, I'm like, I can't talk. So I also am finding myself like jumping around a lot. When I go back and watch the previous videos, I'm more coherent in my speech. I'm more linear, okay? And again, it's just, the fireworks, that hit I got intuitively. It's like, these thoughts popping up, and that energy is very, it's influencing you guys strongly, okay? And as I do this video for you, I can feel myself influenced by it. So hang in there with me, if I'm a little bit tongue-tied, or if I seem to be jumping around, okay? So, as always, we'll keep those. As always, the main part of your reading is done with the Morgan Greer Tarot here. When I get to your challenge and solution, I use the Chrysalis Tarot. At the end, I will pull an Archangel Oracle for you, your Archangel advice, as well as your power animal, or, animal messenger for the month, okay? So, Virgo, August, Virgo, August, Virgo, August. You guys, we're almost in, your season. We're coming up, and, solar return, new year, new you, right? So what better time to be dealing with all of this sort of retrograde energy that I'm talking about? What better time to, see these patterns and release them, right? Before we get into your birthday time and a brand new year, okay? Virgo, August. That's it. All right, so we got quite a few flyers. We did get the Hermit, your card, past, present, future, above, what's crossing you, and below. I am going to pull an internal and external for you guys. Internal, external for Virgo. Internal, external. Internal, external. Okay, and your challenge and guidance. This is the Chrysalis Tarot. It's really wonderful for your challenge and guidance, to get kind of right to the point. And it's very based on, you know, internal psychological archetypes, okay? Whereas the Morgan Greer and the Rider-Waite are more, they're more geared toward, you know, external influences. Of course, they deal with archetypes, but I find this Chrysalis Tarot is very much evocative of personal transformation, okay? And it was intended to be that way, and so for that reason, it's wonderful for getting, I'm going to shuffle one more time, getting right to the problem and solution for you guys. What is challenging Virgo? What does Virgo need to know for August? All right. A lot of reversed cards, you guys. The World, internal, external, Strength reversed. Okay. So you guys are a little bit, you know, out of your element. I think what I was saying about your daily habits and having those realizations, another thing about the retrograde energy is that it slows everything down, right? It causes these old patterns to come up, and everything kind of slows down so that we can reflect and we can, you know, see clearly these patterns that don't serve us anymore. And that's frustrating for you guys, you know. Your structures, your habits, the way you do things is very important for your health and well-being, you know. And so when it's disrupted, when it's interrupted in this way, it can be tricky for you guys. So, okay, right off the bat, above, we did get the Hermit, your card, okay? You are looking at the Page of Cups. So there may be a water sign in your life, particularly a Pisces, but it could be a Scorpio or Cancer as well, who's making you feel, you know, some strong emotions, or just could be the person that sparks, you know, some strong emotions that you're maybe not expecting. You know, as I said, it comes in quickly. And then we have these three kind of in a pattern right here. We have Knight of Rods, Four of Rods, and Ten of Pentacles. So the Knight of Rods is all about serving your ideals, okay? The rods are, or wands, are inspiration, motivation, okay? The fire element. And knights, right? Knights serve a cause, right? They are warriors. They are knights. They do the work, right? They are the defense line, okay? So, like, really, just really standing up for your beliefs, okay? Really standing up for what's yours and feeling the need to protect it for some reason. We've also got the Four of Wands here, which is about commitment, okay? This can even be an engagement for some of you, okay? If the Wands are ideals and the Four is a number of reflection, right? So do you see how it looks like a wedding banner and there's the house in the background here? So what is marriage other than, you know, a commitment, a reflection and a commitment and celebration, right, of your ideals, okay? The coming together, 2 and 2 is 4, right? So the coming together, this certainly could be with another person, or it could just be, your own ideals. Like for some reason, there's a celebration, there's a commitment celebration of, what you stand for. You have been serving it. You did have some emotions come up, some strong emotions, perhaps because of someone else, or perhaps because of what somebody said to you, okay? But some strong, strong emotions. They might even be the kind of emotions that, like feel immature, right? Or feel like like when you have an emotional reaction to something that you weren't expecting, right? Or you just your initial gut reaction, okay? So either what somebody said to you or, your own emotions, causing you to go inside, causing you to analyze, right? Where those emotions are coming from and what's going on and what do you stand for, okay? And using what you learn, right, about your life, about your emotions, yourself, to make decisions, to light your path, okay? And, then up here we've got, this celebration and, wealth with somebody else. I think this came up for you guys last month and it was in the reverse. So it was like, your commitment or your material things, the everyday things in your life, your possessions, your job, your money, the things that you have to do, your rituals and your habits, right? Relating to the physical world. So this could be, all the phone calls you have to make, all the things you have to do for work and to maintain your household and to maintain your wealth, right? With someone else. Last month, it was in the reverse. And so this month, it's upright. You're able to kind of celebrate. Whereas last month, it was more like more money, more problems, right? This month, it's like you're able to actually appreciate the physical things you have in your life, perhaps as a result of these, realizations that I'm talking about. It could even be, that you had a quarrel with your lover or with somebody that you're with, and you had that discussion. You stood up for what you believe. You drew your line in the sand, and you guys were able to kind of recommit to each other. And now, everything's fine and dandy. Your household is good again, right? The energy is solid again. In your recent past, okay, Knight of Cups reversed. So a message, like I said, it could certainly be a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio in your life that you were quarreling with. This is a lot of the same energy. What we're getting up here, the above cards, are kind of echoing in your main reading. So, a quarrel, a disagreement with somebody definitely could be a water sign. And if it's not a water sign, it's just, it made you feel very emotional, right? It made you feel, just emotional, okay? That is leading to, you see this argument or whatever it was with somebody. I'm trying to remember last month. You had so many beliefs and you had to, you were struggling to contain all your beliefs. So I think maybe that bubbled over, that boiled over with somebody, right? An argument. It doesn't even have to be a physical argument. It could just be, the emotions came out. You served those emotions and they were negative, right? You defended your ideals, okay? And there was some emotion spilled, right? Some of the cups spilled. Some things were said that can't be taken back. Some emotions were released. Some negative emotions were released, right? But in the reverse, you see how he's looking at the negative emotion, the cups here? In the reverse, it takes on the opposite meaning. So rather than looking at what's been lost, you're looking up, right? You're looking at what's to come. And then again, here we have this celebration of ideals. So it's like, because you stood up for what you believed in, you're finally, this is a month of victory for you, Virgo. I want to say like resolution and resolve and vindication, okay? Vindication for standing up for what you believed in. It doesn't mean you're not dealing with some of those, some of those realizations from the retrograde period, okay? But it does mean that something was resolved, in your recent past as a result of these emotions coming out, of you allowing these emotions to come out. And then here you are, Six of Wands, being celebrated, okay? This is what's crossing you. This is what's influencing you right now. This is perhaps what's causing you to look up and look at the positive, because you're finally getting recognition from the outside for standing up for what you believed in, okay? In the traditional tarot, this card, he's walking through a crowd of people and they're all cheering for him. So what is it reminiscent of, right? A soldier returning home being celebrated, right? Public recognition for standing up for your, what are rods? Your beliefs, your values, okay? So you are rock solid in your values this month, and you're finally getting some vindication. It was really tough for you in the previous months. You were really having to hang in there, and you're finally able to recommit and celebrate and go, you know what? Yeah, I did the internal work, and what I stand for is right and is true. And this, as a result of you doing this in the past, it's going to make this transition through this retrograde period a lot easier for you, Virgo, okay? What's on your mind is, where do you go from here? Where do you go from here, right? But because the Fool is all about starting a new journey, but he's in the reverse, okay? So starting, your future, where you're going to go from here, now that you're vindicated, is on your mind. However, because of this retrograde energy, because of all of this kind of turbulence and perhaps disruption in your daily patterns, right? Your routine. It's causing a need to kind of reevaluate what are your patterns, what are your routines, and how is that going to serve you in the future? So you're looking at the future, but it's just, you're not quite ready to jump in yet. And that makes sense. I mean, by the time we have another eclipse at the end of August. And like I said, Mercury goes direct again at the middle of the month. So by the time that comes around, Virgo, you're on the upswing, okay? And it will start to become clear. You're going to have one more kind of emotional catharsis, right? One more eclipse where you start to solidify these beliefs, right? You start to, now that you've been vindicated, you start to figure out how you're going to move forward. And what it's going to look like for you, okay? We're also coming upon the time of harvest, right? If you're in the northern hemisphere, we're at the end of summer, We're at the end of summer and we're coming into fall, right? The time of harvest, the time when all of the work we've done all year is starting to pay off, right? So, it's coming up, right? But we're still, until this next eclipse, you're still in the process of sort of digging and sifting through and having those realizations come, all right? And once August is over and we get into September, it will become very clear how to move forward, all right? Subconsciously, you may not feel it because here you are, vindicated. You're getting recognition from the outside, but you're feeling a little bit not confident, right? Perhaps you're even feeling like you need to muscle your way through this with the Knight of Rods, but you don't. You just need to be patient, okay? Strength is all about inner confidence, okay? Inner knowing. That calm, quiet sense of resolve, right? And it's in the reverse. So subconsciously, you may or may not be aware of how much it's affecting you, but it's definitely showing up. And you're, like I said, it's just this retrograde. You're feeling a little unstable, okay? That Uranus energy, that those realizations are making you feel a little unsteady. Internally though, as I said, you're about ready to move forward, and you're thinking about all of the possibilities. The World card is literally the world in the palm of your hands, okay? All of the possibilities for the future are open to you, okay? Let me pull a clarity on the World. Let me pull a clarity on the Emperor. Can I have a clarity for this Emperor card? Whoop. Can I have a clarity for this Emperor card? Okay. And can I have a clarity for this Four of Swords, please? For Virgo. Clarity on this Four of Swords. Okay. And what does Virgo need to do to flip it right side up? Continue to celebrate your ideals, okay? And then an overall advice, please. Overall advice, please. For Virgo. Okay, that's clear enough. All right, so, okay, so if all possibility is internal, you're starting to think about it, right? Externally, we have the Emperor, okay? And when I pulled clarity, I got the Seven of Swords reversed. So what is the Emperor? He is masculine, take action, analytical, very, very analytical, very in your element, okay? And the Four of Swords is all about taking something, using words, right? Communication, swords, to take something that's not yours. In this card, he's actually like stealing swords, okay? Look, he's taking as many as he can, and there's still two that he can't even, his arms are full, he can't even take those ones, right? So taking something that's not yours. So in the reverse, it takes on the opposite meaning, okay? So externally, you are analyzing, all right? And you are taking action on taking back what's rightfully yours, okay? It's been really rough for you the last few months, and you're finally getting some recognition. You're finally able to appreciate the bounty in your life, and you're finally getting some. Ten of coins is like, all of my needs are provided for. Everything is okay. So that realization is happening. Your environment is so very supportive of you, Virgo. It's just internally you've got some things going on. And then in your future, we have the Four of Swords reversed, okay? So Four of Swords is all about taking a time of rest and reflection. Swords represent thoughts, words, communication, right? So reflecting, mental reflection. Excuse me, it's in the reverse. So again, it's hard for you. With Mercury retrograde, this really is what you should be doing. You should be reflecting mentally, right? But you're not wanting to do it, It's like this disruption, this retrograde energy is difficult for you guys. Because it disrupts, your normal patterns. And top that off with the strong emotions you're feeling and these moments of just clarity and insight. I'm surprised I didn't get the Ace of Swords anywhere. But it's a difficult energy for you, so you're not wanting to take the time to rest, Virgo. And when I asked for clarity, I got the Seven of Coins. So you're wanting to, like I said, muscle through it, push through it, Do you see how this man is stacking up the coins? This is a very Virgo thing to do, okay? The coins represent the physical material things in our life, right? So if these are all the physical material, things and the habits and the material tangible world, right? It's almost like reorganizing. It's like busy work, right? It's for a bigger reason. But it's like when you guys are upset, you can almost like you can clean, right? Or you can reorganize something, or so it's that kind of energy. So it's like instead of taking the time to reflect mentally, you're keeping yourself busy, right? And you're working, perhaps even actual physical work. You're putting in extra hours, or you're really working hard on a project. You're stacking up the coins in the hope that you can cash them in soon enough. But the thing is, your environment is already supportive. You already have everything you need. Okay? So there's no reason to like do busy work. It's all good to, work hard, but don't work hard and forego reflection. Okay? Because it is important. And when I asked for how can you flip this right side up, what do you need to do in order to be able to reflect and have those moments of insight come to you? You need to celebrate your ideals again, okay? Look, same card. This could very well be like engagement too, and just, reveling in that, celebrating in that, your commitment to another, and all of the wealth and the physical, wonderful abundance you have in your life, right? And the public recognition of it. For some of you, it won't be for a lot of you, but for some of you, this could very well be engagement. But for the rest of you, it's just, it's really committing. It's marrying those ideals that have gotten you through this. Those ideals that people are finally recognizing, okay? And that are finally allowing you to reap the rewards, and appreciate the abundance that you have. Because you've been serving those ideals. You've been fighting for those ideals, right? Knight of Wands, you've been fighting for them, okay? And then I got an overall advice card, and it's the 5 of Coins. So this is a very interesting card to get as an advice card, but it represents 2 people left out in the cold, okay? So if you feel for whatever reason like this need to just do busy work, right? Your environment is a little bit disrupted, and it's making you feel perhaps like you've lost some control. This is also a card of, not having control. So you feel like you've lost some control over your environment. However, it is very abundant. You only feel that way because of all this retrograde energy, okay? Because of these realizations that are coming in and the strong emotions. So this is a card about accepting help when you need it, okay? And again, just committing to those ideals that have gotten you through, because they've served you this far, Virgo. They're not going to let you down. Okay? Your challenge is the 8 of Stones reversed. Okay, so the 8 of Stones is the 8 of Pentacles in the regular Rider-Waite, and it represents harvest, okay? It represents you've done all the work. You've planted the crops, you've watered them, you've weeded them all throughout the year. And it's a man standing in a field with pentacles, right, in bloom, right, his crop. And he's got a tool, and he's about ready to go harvest, okay? So it's a card of finally realizing the reaping the rewards, okay? And it's in the reverse. And in this deck, it takes on a very interesting meaning because see how it's like a Stonehenge kind of building? What is Stonehenge? It's a place of worship, right? A place where you go and connect with the divine. And for you Virgos, this is very funny, but like being rulers of the 6th house, that physical work you do, taking care of your environment, actually doing work, this is why you organize your bookshelf, or you know, keep everything so neat and tidy. That is your way of worship, right? It's your way of paying homage and tribute and respect to the things you have, the abundance. It's your way of appreciating the abundance you have in your life. Very physical, very down to earth, very earthy, okay? So in the reverse, you know, it's just like you're feeling like you're not able to do enough, or to harvest, you know, you're feeling like you're not able to reap the rewards of everything you've done, or perhaps you're feeling a little bit out of control, and like, you're not going to get good results, you know, like you're feeling like you can't put in the work you need in order to get the results that you want, and so you're going to miss out in some way. But it's not, you're only feeling that way, Virgo, because of all this retrograde energy, because like I said, you're a little bit disrupted, okay? Your patterns and your habits are having to change, okay? Or should change in light of these realizations you've had, okay? So even if, and that's very unsettling for you guys, you are an earth sign, you're very physical, materially based, right? And like I said, that's how you honor the divine, right? That's how you express your respect and appreciation and gratitude, right? By taking care of things physically. So your environment, okay, your daily habits, your daily routines, how you care for the things in your life, how you reap the harvest, okay, if you will, changes, okay, needs to change. These realizations, these emotions, these realizations are happening so that you can change your habits, right? So that they serve you better. You already have abundance, right? But it can get so much better, okay? But what you hold on to, what your advice is that even if your environment feels like it's in flux, okay, it is in flux right now. So if that's making you very uncomfortable and feeling very unstable, right? Your environment may be in flux, but your beliefs and your values are not, okay? They are the foundation. 4 is a number of foundation, the 4 corners, the 4 pillars, okay? Your beliefs are what will get you through. It's actually in light of these beliefs and the fact that now you're being vindicated, right? You're realizing just how valuable and just how strong those beliefs you have are and how they serve you. You're realizing it how? Through reflection, okay? As long as you don't try to skip over it, that realization will come like the fireworks, okay? It will come in a flash. You could be doing the busy work when it comes. That's okay, you know, but try to allow it to come when it does. So your beliefs are what is getting you through this, okay? They are solid. They do serve you. You can use them to make decisions about your future, okay? The physical might be in flux. There's a little bit of a need to change up your habits and perhaps do things a little differently, but it's all happening for a reason, okay? To serve your higher good. So trust it and trust in those beliefs you hold. Your advice is the sun, okay? Yourself, confidence, shining, bright, okay? Faith in yourself and your beliefs, all right? Allowing yourself to shine, okay? So, those beliefs will get you through. Those structures, those beliefs are what make up the self, right? So express them, okay? They are valuable and they serve you. The rest, the physical might be in flux, okay? But the beliefs and the divine connection you hold is rock solid, all right? Is ever shining like the sun, okay? What's the Archangel advice for Virgo? Virgo, please. You guys, I just feel like I want to say it. Yeah. Healthy lifestyle, okay? Archangel Raphael. Eat a healthful diet, get adequate sleep, and exercise regularly for optimal health. Your daily routines, your health, the 6th house, Virgo, okay? So sleep, how much you sleep so that you're well rested, what you eat, your exercise, how you care for your body, right? Those are all ways that you serve the divine, okay? That you care for yourself. You show self-love, okay? Those are the things you can control. So if other things in your environment are changing, your lifestyle are the things you can control, all right? Your beliefs and your values will serve you, okay? So make sure you're getting enough sleep, make sure you're eating well, taking care of yourself in that way, all right? And all the rest of these kind of changes, like I said, by the time this next eclipse comes around, you'll have new habits that serve you, okay? And this time of flux will be over. And you'll be able to appreciate, your abundance. Continue to appreciate your abundance, all right? Really wonderful cards. I mean, there's just a little bit of like emotional residue that you're kind of getting over. And like I said, perhaps it was an argument with somebody last month or, really having to stand up for yourself. But because you did that, you're having these realizations that are really serving you. So yeah, maybe some things need to change, and that's it has you feeling a little unconfident, okay? But, just control what you can control. Like I said, serve the divine, serve yourself by taking care of yourself, and the rest of it will sort itself out by the end of the month, okay? You're doing everything you need to do. There's just a tiny bit of residual emotion. What's the animal messenger for Virgo? Okay, we got 2. Whale, soul's path. Honor your soul's purpose. Okay? What is that higher purpose? How can you express it in your daily habits? How can you change your daily habits to express it? Okay? That's what this is all about. Using your daily habits, your physical, work, your physical habits, your 6th house, to honor your soul's purpose. To honor those ideals, to marry those higher ideals, okay? Commit to those higher ideals, celebrate those higher ideals through your physical action, okay? And continue to appreciate everything you have, all right? And the other one was Pelican, forgiveness. This person, okay? Forgiveness. Let go of your judgments, all right? Let go of any judgments. It's not up to you to hold on to it. I don't even see you holding on to it. I see you've already done it. But because your confidence is suffering a little bit, perhaps you need a little reminder to let universe sort it out, okay? It's all in divine timing, and you guys are looking really, really good. As I said, September is going to bring even more bounty, even more harvest for you, okay? So, beautiful reading, Virgo. You guys can check me out on Instagram. I will link it down below, and Facebook as well. I'm working on putting some more content up on my Facebook. I'm super excited about some of the content and offerings that I've been working on. I'm going to wait until Mercury goes direct, but once that happens, I have some healings, just different offerings, some trauma healing processes. I'm going to start working on some meditations and just sharing, what I know and my experience with you guys, right? That's my goal, is to help as many of you as I can, to embrace love, right? And choose that divine love over fear, okay? That's why I do it. So if I can help one person, then I'm fulfilling my purpose, and I'm so grateful and honored to be able to do so. So, when Mercury goes direct, I will launch my site. At that time, you guys can purchase readings from me and check out the other healings. And once I do that, I'll be able to start getting some more content up on Facebook. But for now, I do a daily reading. You can find those down below. If you want more, hit subscribe. I love your all your guys' comments, your feedback, comments, suggestions. I'm always working to improve these readings, so I appreciate all the feedback. All of that information is down below. If you have a question, feel free to email me. And I love you guys. I will see you in September.